All right, guys, so wanted to take a few minutes, should take about 10-15 minutes here to go over this. We are doing a shoulder mobility. So a little over a month and a half ago, we did a hip mobility, back mobility. If you have issues with hip and back pain, go back and watch the videos. Today is going to be all about the shoulders. We're going to talk a little bit of why we have shoulder issues for the most part and different things that you can do to kind of help with that. Again, this is on shoulder mobility to help with shoulder neck pain. If you have hip and back pain, I did a video last month on it. Make sure you scroll through the videos and you should be able to find it. It's about a 30-minute video. This one won't be quite as long. So what's the reason that we have most shoulder and neck issues? Two things mostly. One is kyphosis, so rounded shoulders kind of hanging around like this, okay, slunch forward. So when I go to do anything, I don't have that range of motion, so I put a lot of excess pressure on my shoulders. And then the other one is forward head posture or upper cross syndrome, or as I like to call it, text neck syndrome. Sitting on a text all day long, right? Those are three of our main reasons why we have shoulder and neck issues. So what we're going to go over now is I'm going to talk about some of the ways to combat this, similar to what I did with the hip and back issue or video. So a couple things. First, we want to work out any knots, adhesions, scar tissue that may be holding you back from getting back into this neutral position. What neutral means is if I take my cheekbone, it should be directly over my collarbone. So if I drew a straight line, it should be here, not out in front. The more I come in front of my collarbone, for every inch, it's about 8 to 10 pounds of pressure on your neck. That's a lot of force every single day, holding you down, pulling you down. There, so that's very important to watch and make sure we have good position. But it's not so much about just getting our head back, it's also about our upper back right here, which we'll talk about here shortly. So that's kind of our neutral position. If I drew a line from my cheekbone to collarbone, and then even on a larger frame, ear through shoulder, through hip, through knee, and through ankle should all be in line with each other. Not leaning forward, not leaning back. Your center of gravity should be relatively even. So what muscles do we want to work out? So we want to do soft tissue on certain muscles for the shoulders and neck. Then we want to stretch those tight and overactive muscles. Then we want to activate those weak and underactive muscles, the ones that aren't doing their job there. So first, and again, if you are one of these people with these issues, you can watch this video at any time. It'll be up here. You'll have access to it. And then I'm also going to create a document of printouts of these exercises here. So first one, if you have shoulder issues, you're going to want to do soft tissue here on your with the ball. So we have balls here. These are just lacrosse balls. That's all they are, nothing fancy. They're always in that back corner back there, right under the logo back there in a little black bin. If you do Tribe, you're very well aware of that. First one here, chest. What you want to do is you want to put it right below the collarbone here, right next to the shoulder. Your arm is like so and extended out and away from you. So all you're going to do is slowly roll over that area, back and forth. If you find a tender spot, hold it there. Try to relax that area and breathe through it. And you'd obviously want to do that on both sides. Maybe spend a little bit more time on one or the other if you have more issues on one or the other. Your next one, I'm going to show you on the wall, but you can also do it on the ground, is your upper trapezius. So that's this muscle right here, the neck muscle, up through here. A main trigger point is right above that shoulder blade here. So I'm going to do it here. You can also do it on the ground. And again, slowly roll back and forth. On the other side, think above the shoulder blade here, and then also in between the shoulder blade and spine. Same thing. Relax that area. If you find a tender spot, hold it there and try to breathe through it. The next area that we are going to try to hit is our teres. So right in here. So right below the armpit here. Again, it works best up against the wall. Fourth here. Sorry, I got a call in the middle of my live video. You can thank my wife for that. She called me. Yeah, I'm calling you out, Christy. Anyway, so we're here, back and forth, rolling over that area there. Arm extended up for better results. Again, you can do it on the wall or the floor. So that's our third spot. Chest, upper neck, right here under the arm. And then our last one we will want to do, or technically we have two more. So our last two is our lats and our upper back. So our lats, what you want to do here is, what's that? Yep, I'm just doing a live video first. And it is live. All right, so with this one, what you want to do with your lats are this big muscle right here. It comes from your shoulder blade all the way down, and it actually connects to your shoulder or your hip, or down in that region down by your lower ribs. But I'm gonna have you go just about halfway down your ribs. So laying on your side, arm extended straight out. I use my upper leg and my hand to propel myself back and forth till I find a tender spot. Then I relax and hold it there, and again do both sides. The last one, and arguably the most important for this, is our thoracic spine. So that's your top section of your vertebrae there, thinking from the bottom of your shoulder blade and up. From here, what you are gonna do, I like to start just right under my shoulder blades, have my hands around here to support my neck, and just do a nice big inhale, extend back as far as I can, but you wanna arch around the foam roller, not around the lower back. So you don't wanna lift your hips up and arch at the low back. That's not gonna do you any good. You probably already have issues with this. I can assure you, if you have shoulder problems, you very well could have back pain from arching when you do overhead presses. So you wanna keep your ribs down, keep your lower back intact. Big arch as you extend back up through that upper, right where the foam roller is, and back. You can do 4, 5, 6, upwards to 10 on that spot. You can even hold back here for a little bit, and then scoot the foam roller a little bit higher towards your neck. Do it again, do a few of those. Then keep going, keep going, keep going until right below your neck. You don't want to do it on your neck, but just right here, nice big extension. You can hold it there. But again, the main thing, you want your arch to come at the foam roller, not, you don't want it to come from your lower back. That's important there. So those are our soft tissue stuff here. Now we're gonna talk about our stretching. I'm gonna do 3 stretches for you here. One's kind of twofold. So the first one is a pec stretch. So we already worked through here. I recommend finding a door frame and putting your arm here, elbow bent, and turning away from that rack or door frame or whatever you're doing here. I would do it with your elbow bent, and then I would also do it with your arm straight. It's gonna hit a little different musculature here in the pec. Obviously do both sides there. Your next one, which you probably have seen me do in class before, is our upper trap stretch. Extend your arm real long away from you, or you can grab it onto something like something about hip height if you're standing. Sit up real tall with good posture. From here, you want to tilt away from that hand and then tilt your head. Take your left ear to your left shoulder. Get a nice stretch here, doing both sides. So those are our 3 stretches for our shoulder pain, or those are 2 of our stretches. We have our pec stretch, we have our upper trap stretch, and then the last one is our lat stretch. So you can do it this way, but I recommend actually grabbing onto a pole and leaning away and get a nice stretch back through here, back through the upper shoulder. You want to push down and kind of pull your body away. So those are our 3 stretches: chest, upper neck there, and then our lats, which are right under here. There's other ways you can stretch them, but these are very effective, and these are the type of ones that you want to do if you have shoulder pain. And I recommend doing this routine every single day if you can, guys. And then last, what we want to do is we want to do our strengthening exercises of our weak musculature. So I'm going to walk you through these couple here. So our first one is our lower trap. We do these in class quite often. Now you know why. So we're gonna be here. You wanna take your thumbs, rotate them up towards the ceiling, get them as high as you can, and then rotate them in towards your hips. And then keep your chin tucked. I recommend holding this one for time, keeping your shoulders back, holding it for as long as you can, but even trying to work up to a good 3 minutes. It's a slower twitch muscle, which means it takes a while to really fatigue. So it's important to focus more on endurance of that muscle by going upwards of 3 minutes when you build up that endurance there. Next is a similar exercise, and you can do it a couple different ways. You can do it on the ground, or you can also do it on a stability ball, but it's called our YTA. So think your arms are making those letters that I just mentioned. So here with your chin tucked, thumbs always pointed up. I'm gonna lift with my shoulder blades, lift my arms as high as I can. Ideally, you want your head resting on a pillow or a towel, something where your head is neutral and resting, because you're doing it all with your upper back. So I'm here, my arms out on a 45 degrees. See how my body's making a Y shape? So I'm here, lift up with my upper back, get a little pause, come back down. Then I'm gonna come to a T to the side. Again, I'm lifting with my shoulder blades and my upper back and pointing my thumbs up. And then last one is an A, similar to the Cobra. Lift with my shoulder blades, thumbs always pointed up. So that's our second one. We have our Cobra holds back here. We have our Y, T, and A. Again, with your head in good position, resting on something. I use the ball, but you can use a towel, anything there. Raising up and out here. Then our push-up plus. I recommend doing this on your knees to start, where you're here, nice good position. All you're gonna do, it might be hard to see from the video, my elbows are not bending. I'm here, pinching my shoulder blades, and then really pulling them apart here. I'm not doing the cat-cow and rounding. That is a good one as well. You can definitely do that, the rounding of the back and the arching of the back, but this one's a little different. Think pinch your shoulder blades without moving your elbows, and then pull them apart in this position and hold for about 5 seconds. Pinch your shoulder blades, come out, pause, hold for 5 seconds there. So that one's our push-up plus. Our next one here is our cervical flexor. So what you can do with this one, you wanna lay on a bench with your head, or a bed with your head. Pretend I'm on the bench and this is the back or the end of the bench or the bed. You're gonna lay with your head off. Grab a towel, or better yet, if you have a band at home, grab a band, wrap it around the back of your head, right above your ears, and all you're gonna do is push your head back and really tuck your chin and hold that for about 10 seconds. Relax, kind of move around, shake it off, do about 10 sets of that. Good position with my head. All I'm doing is pushing my head straight back. I'm not lifting up and tilting my chin up. My chin stays tucked. I'm just pushing the back of my head towards the floor. 10-second holds with a towel or a band. Some of you, this may be plenty, just doing it without, and then relax. 10 sets of 10 reps. And then the last one that we'll do, and then I gotta go teach a class. If you got shoulder issues, go back and watch this video. It's a good one. If you're on our members page. So the last one is our wall slides. So with this one, what I'm gonna start is an external rotation. So start with your elbows in line with your shoulders, your tailbone against the wall, your lower back pushed up against the wall, your upper back and your head all touching the wall. So tailbone, lower back, upper back, and head. For some of you, that may be very difficult. Have your elbows and shoulders in line with each other. What you're gonna do, have hands starting here, rotate up against the wall, press straight up while keeping all those points touching the wall, plus your elbows and wrists. Come back down, rotate down, rotate up. My wrists and elbows are against the wall. Press straight up with my lower back pushed into the wall and everything against the wall. Back down, maybe do about 3 sets of 15 to 20. If you want to advance it even more, you can grab like a couple small dumbbells or cans, and you can hold those while you do it. I wouldn't recommend if you're just starting out or have some major shoulder issues, but down the line to really strengthen the rotator cuffs and all that, it'll be very beneficial. So that is our shoulder mobility, guys. For those that have shoulder issues, neck issues, I highly recommend you utilize that. Do it every single day if you can, or most days out of the week. If you happen to have back or hip pain, I did a video last month on that. Make sure you go back and watch that. If you have any questions on this, want to know a little bit more or clarify any questions of what I said here, feel free to post in the comments below, tag me in it so I see the post. And then just be expecting in the next week or so, I'll create a document with pictures of all these exercises for you guys as well. All right, guys, have a good holiday weekend if I don't see you tomorrow.